Dear brothers and sisters, we have come today again to give thanks to the Lord and to share my reflection as usual. And I pray the Lord will help us to understand what I have to communicate, my own part of reflection. Everybody has their own way of reflecting over things. My topic is a good trained child, a better society. A good trained child, a better society. The first education, the first school a child attends is in the family. The first education, the first training given by given are from the parents. And when the education or the training is good today, it results to a better society tomorrow. In the family, a child must learn to love genuinely, as in genuine love, to respect everybody, not only elders, respect everybody. Know that respect is reciprocal. A child must learn to value others, no matter how they are or who they are. A child must learn truthfulness and sincerity. My question now is to parents: how do you bring up your children or your child? Do you know that a better child today is a better society tomorrow? We normally say that society has corrupted children, has done more harm than good, and all the things we say about society. And my question is, who and who made up the society? You and I. So the society exists because there is human beings. And we human beings were from a family. We are given birth by our parents. And we parents who give birth to children. So the training we get from our families, the training we give to our children, it will result to a better society tomorrow. It will, what I learned from my family, what I learned from when I was small, that is what I'll bring out wherever I am. Because you only give what you have, you don't give what you don't have. If a child is well trained, no matter the situation, the child will behave well outside. We do see it. Sometimes when people do something, say this child, this person, or this girl, or this boy received a good training. So it's just the same way. These things that we hear that is happening here and there, they are from people's family. Those people causing all those, they are from people's family. When I am not contented with what I have, it's from the family I learn it. When I do harm to the other person, everything comes from the family. Okay, let me say, why I say come from the family is that if my own family trains if my parents trains me well, your parents, you as a parent, you train your own child well, and we meet in society. The good attitude I've learned from my parents and the good attitude you taught your children will put them together, and our society will be better. But when I am not well trained, and your own child is not well trained, we put the bad character together, it becomes worst, a bad society. Or maybe when I am not well trained, but your child is well trained, when we come together, being together, when you stay together, you start learning something from the other person, even without you knowing it. You start picking things psychologically from the other person. Subconsciousness. You learn things without even knowing when you learn it. And we know that bad things are first to be learned. So that is why I say everything starts from the family. Because if each family should give their own best in training children, this bad news and all that will reduce. Just like I said, who made up the family, the society is you and I. Parents, is it because things are hard, because you are poor, that you cannot teach your child how to steal from another person, how to deceive people just to get what he or she wants, how to be looking at the goods of the other person? No. Parents, is it because you are so rich, you have everything you need to train your children, that you no longer teach your children to respect others? You no longer teach your children to value others. Mind you that you are there today. Whatever you prepare today for your children that you are there, tomorrow when they will be adults, that is what they will give their children. That is how it continues. And what you prepare today is what you receive tomorrow. Parents, why are you taking side in the wrong of your children, or when your child makes a mistake? Instead of you correcting your child with love, you take side, just like some parents do. When their child does anything bad, and you tell the parents that this child has done bad, they don't accept it. They always side their children without knowing the consequences of what they do tomorrow. It will bounce back. Let us not think that what we're doing now is just for now. Whatever we're doing now results tomorrow. Parents, how close are you to your children? How do you know your children? Do you really know who they move around with? What are they doing? Do you care to know about them? Why are you so far from them? Why do parents lead their children to sin? By telling them to lie to someone, by telling them, teaching them how to hate the other person, hate their neighbor, or because their father or the father did something to me, or the mother said something to me, then I will not teach my child not to talk with the other person or not to do anything with them, teaching them hatred, even from this when they are small. You don't know that that grows like that, and that is how two people find themselves together. They can't stay together. You don't even know what the problem is. Why do you teach your child about thing, parents? If you are not ready to parent a child, why do you give birth to the child? Do you know that a child is a gift? Do you know that you give account of how you trained your own child? The child is a gift from God, and God expected you because He knows that when He gives the child to you, it's a responsibility to take care of the child in a good way, to bring them up in a good way, and you mislead them, you will give account. As I said before, why are you far from your children? Do you know your children you're supposed to be the best friend to your children, talking to the both parents. Unfortunately, in families, sometimes some children they don't know mother's love, they don't know father's love, but they are living together. Why are you so harsh on your child? Why are you being so overprotective? Do you know that when you protect a child too much, any little opportunity the child gets, he or she will do things that you've never imagined? Why not allow your children to be, in as much as you have eyes on them? Be so far from your children that you don't even care what they do, how they go, even from when they were very small, who they are with or whatever they are doing, and they keep learning bad things. Tomorrow the society becomes worse. Why is it that your child cannot share what he or she is living with you, cannot tell you about his or her friends, and you call yourself a mother, a father? You are after making money, coming to give them food. I'm not rejecting that. That is very good. You have to struggle for them to be okay. But be close to them. That little time that you have, spend quality time with them. Let them know you know them. Because having a child without knowing the child, or your child knowing you, is really something bad. Why do parents abandon their children because of hardship, or give them away to people who use them as they want, without you thinking of the suffering you went through? Why do rich parents teach their children how to mock the other people because they are not rich? You teach them how to insult the other ones because they could not, or maltreat the other one because there is no one to speak for them, or because according to you they are poor, they are not in their own level. Why? Think of tomorrow. You need a better society. We have to start from the background. Parents, why do you always criticize your children? Why do you always see bad in your children? Are you a saint? You have nothing someone could tell you this thing you're not doing it well. That any single thing that your child does is a problem. Any single thing that your child does, you must criticize, you must see bad in them. Appreciate your children for once. When these children are growing up, show them much love. Always even show them much love. Appreciate your children. Tell your children how beautiful they look. Tell them how beautiful they dress. So that when they hear those things outside, it will no longer be new to them. Tell them how important they are. Tell them they're intelligent. And just look for, even when that child is not doing well, correct the person, but encourage the person. Encourage that child. Don't always talk down on him or her, because that is where inferiority complex starts. And when this person is found inferior, even in school, the person cannot do anything. With other friends, he will always see himself or herself as something, as a nuisance, because from you, that is what he or she hears. And teachers also must be careful what they say to the children. I don't know why mothers, why parents fight teachers that correct their children in school. It's true that some teachers also they do things that should not be done. But when your child has done something to be given a certain correction, you don't need to fight the teacher because you are not the only one training your child. Parents, why do you not teach your children to be optimistic no matter how hard things are? Why don't teach them respect? Why don't you teach them to value others, to love sincerely? The highest inheritance you can give to your child is to teach him or her the way of God, is to teach him or her how to pray. Teach your children prayer. Pray with your children. Let them be open to them. If you do not show them the way of God, tomorrow they will choose another way. Those that don't even believe in God, teach your children the right thing to do. Tell them the truth. Stop criticizing, stop insulting, stop doing things that are not good, even in front of your children. Even these days that internet, leaving your little child with phones and all that to do things that, to see things that do not help them. At tender age, the children are started misbehaving. And we say that we need a better society. That means you have to look into your own family. How do you bring up your own children? Because you can't be accusing another person's child that he or she did this when you yourself, you're not teaching your own child what you should be. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 1 to 4, St. Paul said we should be careful the way we train our children. But verse 4 said that bring up a child in a Christian doctrine and instruction. There's a saying that they normally say in our place, bring up a child in a way that is good. And when he or she grows, you or she will not leave it. No matter how life is for you, let your target be to train your child well. And always, above all, always pray for your children. Always bless them. Always speak well to them. Speak well of them. Always pray for them. Bless them at every time. Because your word as parent carries power, carries authority, carries blessing. God respects your words when you speak them upon your children. Because so many things are happening in this society we are talking about. Because I didn't train my own child well. You didn't train your own child well. We meet up and form a society, and society becomes fire. So as we are struggling to train our children, we must teach them to pray. Prayer is the most important thing. Then we back them up with prayer. Back up your children with prayer. Because there are so many things happening. They can go out and meet someone who will mislead them, despite that you've given all this training. That is why you need to always be close to them. Talk to them. Pray for them. Pray with them. Thank God there's this technology called phone. When you hear them, you give them your own blessing. If they come to you, give them your own blessing. Speak above whatever, because your word is above every other thing. Parents, let's think of the better society and train our children in a better way. Because all these things are alarming in this society. You and I make up this society. And you and I are the problem that we have. We are the problem of ourselves. Train up your child in a way that is good for the society to be better. I pray the good Lord will help us to understand the importance of a good training for a better society, so that the society will be conducive for everybody. So that you're facing only your own personal problem. And the good Lord bless His word in our hearts through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please don't forget to pray for me. I am praying for everybody that listens to my videos. Sincerely, I pray for everybody. I will beg you to pray for me. I need your prayers. Thank you. I love you all.